let's get to these judges because goddamn it, I've been waiting for 2 weeks to do this shit, and also
You've been waiting for 1 week. It was just
well,
last
one
week.
week. Yeah, it was last week, but yeah, last week's episode, this week's episode, 2 weeks. God damn it. Let me pull up my plethora of resources because not only do I have notes, but I also have a sheet here of my president judge pick, and
Oh yeah.
there's some that
You
I'm just not voting for. There's
you
some I got some yeses, some nos, and some that I'm just gonna let God sort out.
some I'm with you on that. I got some yeses. I got some nos. I don't have any abstentions yet. My abstentions are pending further research.
Mm.
So all my abstentions at
I,
this point are pending further. Now, full disclosure, I may never get to that research. I'm gonna just be a blunt. May never get to it, but I got to what I got to.
uh-huh.
I got judges. You got judges. So with that being said, you could. Hey, look. Just give me the first one. Is it good or bad?
Oh, the first one is great. The first one is my pick for judge of the goddamn year, and I posted it on the SOS page. I just want to say that I surprisingly had quite a few yeses that I did not see coming. It was like I had quite more yeses that I'm actually glad to vote for than I thought I would. I thought it was just going to be a whole bunch of nondescripts and then some no's, but there was actually quite a few who I think I will give a stamp of approval, not a stamp of indecision on. Our first pro is coming from the concrete jungle of the wood,
Uh,
Judge Donna Cooper. Judge Donna Cooper. Englewood's own. Yep, that's her right there. Look, she looked like a nice lady. All right, so Judge Donna Cooper, she is, as I said, she's from Englewood. She used to be in the Army Reserves and the National Guard. She's gone to Iraq. She went from the non-Chirac to the real Iraq. But why am I co-signing her? I'm co-signing her because she runs a restorative justice program in Englewood. I believe it's once a week. It's for nonviolent people who are arrested for nonviolent crimes, age 18 to 26. It's a way for them to provide punitive damages to the people who they've wronged with, and they complete their program and then their records are expunged. It's not on their record, so they don't have a strike. They don't have to check that box when they fill out job applications. And it's like that is the type of creative problem solvers that we need in our neighborhoods, where some bullshit ass petty ass crime that a motherfucker might have got caught for will not hinder you long term. Like it's like certain motherfuckers who are doing shit just to get by, and they get caught. Like you get caught shoplifting because shit you hungry. So you go to that place, you work for a few hours, you provide community service, and you work off the your penance. I think that is a dope idea. It's something that is needed in our neighborhoods. This is one of only two courts like that in the city. I'm gonna get to the second one later on because that's another one of the yeses. But it's in Inglewood, which Southside always, all days, born in Inglewood Hospital. So that is why I co-sign Judge Donna Cooper.
everything you said was correct about Judge Donna L. Cooper, and we should retain her.
Definitely vote for her for retention.
Now, if you were a little confused about a judge you may not want to retain,
Who you got?
Mary
Mary Rochford. This motherfucker here. Yeah, we are definitely voting no on Mary Rochford.
I'll give him a quick Rochford synopsis. She's been a judge since 1991 in the Illinois Appellate Court. Mary Katherine Rochford has served on the appellate court since her election in 2010. She was first appointed to the bench as an associate judge in 1981 and elected as a circuit judge in 2006. Before becoming a judge, Rochford worked in the City of Chicago Law Department in various roles, eventually serving as Chief Assistant Corporation Counsel in 1985. Notable. In 2018, Rochford wrote an opinion throwing out a $14 million jury award in a medical malpractice suit because the case was heard by a jury of 6 people under a short-lived state law that was overturned by the Illinois Supreme Court. In 2017, she joined a unanimous opinion denying an appeal for a man. These are 2 separate cases. I'll tell you why one was fucked up, and I'll tell you why the other one was fucked up. In 2017, she joined a unanimous opinion denying an appeal for a man convicted of murder despite an eyewitness who recanted his testimony and whose identification appeared to be contradicted by surveillance video. Rochford is the niece of former Chicago Superintendent James Rochford, who served under Mayor Richard J. Daley. If you don't know who this woman is, she is an old Chicago politics install. Based on her father's association with the aforementioned, if you don't know, it might have. Richard M. Daley is the mayor of Chicago that you may know.
Yeah.
Richard J. Daley is the Chicago mayor that you should know for him being a piece of shit.
Yeah, less than good reasons.
Nah, he's a piece of shit. His son was a piece of shit too, but his son was I don't know what's the. Hey, look, he was a upper tier piece of shit when compared to his father. I don't take that for what you want it to be. Hey, if your name is Daley and you live in Chicago, you an ain't shit person, you a piece of shit. So, but that's just because I'm from Chicago and been here my whole life. But hey, look, if your daddy was down here fucking with the police superintendent who was under Daley, I'ma think you ain't shit. What lets me know you ain't shit? You heard a case about a man convicted of a murder, and in the light of that murder conviction, you heard other evidence, such as the eyewitness saying, "Hey, yo, look, that shit ain't happened the way I said it happened."
Like the witness, the witness,
a whole different nigga doing the shit.
The witness on the stand during the trial said, and I quote, "I know for a fact he didn't kill him."
Hey, yo, look, that's not pertinent testimony occurring as occurring by Mary Katherine Rochford.
Yeah, apparently that's not enough to establish reasonable doubt.
But hey,
fuck that appeal though, huh? So yeah, we definitely vote no for Miss Rochford.
Yep.
I do have another one that I'm voting no for. Andrea PUCINSKI and also Judge Kubasiak. All right, so a lot of people who are watching this may not be old enough to remember the Harold Washington campaign for mayor. But all right, so let's talk about this shit. So when Harold Washington ran for mayor during the Democratic primaries, it was the who the lady who was the current mayor, Mayor Byrne. A lot of y'all remember her because she moved to Cabrini Green for a month, and that's the reason why they locked that back door, which led to a lot more murders. But that wasn't a bad thing. Well, that was a bad thing, but what she was trying to do wasn't a bad thing. She was trying to like help improve Cabrini Green. But she was one of the candidates. The other one was the aforementioned Richard M. Daley, who was trying to get into the office. And the third candidate in the Democratic primary was a young Mr. Harold Washington. So they thought that Byrne and Daley was going to split the votes, which they split the white vote, which they damn near did. And Harold Washington ended up being the Democratic choice. So Harold Washington won the Democratic primary. And then after that, a great majority of the white Democratic Party in 84 backed the Republican. And I forget who the Republican was running, but his campaign was vote for me before it's too late. With all of the insinuation and innuendo that entails. Vote for me before it's too late. Meaning, don't let this nigga win. And everybody on that campaign pretty much made it a racist, basically a racist vote, trying to make sure Harold Washington didn't win. The reason why I am not voting for the retention of Andrea PUCINSKI, because her father was part of that campaign. And
her name is Ari. Just for clarification purposes, her name is Ariella Marie PUCINSKI.
PUCINSKI, all right, yeah. Her father was part of that, and you know that whole apple don't fall far from the tree. And Mr. Kubiasiak, his father was a part of it. He was part of that campaign, that racist ass campaign. So definitely voting no on those two racist bitches.
Michael P. TOOMIN.
Ooh, Michael TOOMIN.
Now you might not be familiar with Michael TOOMIN, but I'll share my screen so you can see his picture.
Oh, I got him. Oh, yeah. Oh, drop them TOOMIN bars.
Hey, yo. So, there's a little background on Michael P. TOOMIN. He was selected as an associate judge in 1980. He spent the first part of his career as a judge hearing felony criminal cases in the criminal division. From 2008 to 2010, he served by an appointment on the Illinois Appellate Court. In 2010, Chief Judge Timothy Evans appointed him to his current post as presiding judge of the Juvenile Justice Division, which hears cases of youth charged with crimes. So, if you're not familiar with what that person does, and let me put out in layman's terms for you all, he is in charge of what happens to your babies when they run afoul of the law. Notable items about this individual. TOOMIN is one of two judges in the Cook County Democratic Party voted no to endorse retention this year. So the Cook County Democratic Party voted not to endorse two judges. He's one of them.
This nigga's one of them. And tell him.
Hey, look. We about to give y'all a lot of fucked up judges. The Illinois Democratic Party only gave y'all two. He's one of these motherfuckers. But that
motherfucker's been busy lately. He made a decision lately.
This year, TOOMIN came under fire for making it harder for juveniles seeking release from detention during coronavirus pandemic. Last year, he ruled that an ordinance passed unanimously by Cook County Board of Commissioners banning the detention of youth under 13 was invalid because it conflicted with Illinois' law. In September, he had taken part in an investment club with other judges and attorneys that included Alderman Ed Burke.
Yep, and Ed Burke is one of those racist motherfuckers.
If you are from Chicago and you are not familiar with Ed Burke, he's a notorious individual touted with such horrible crimes as police brutality, redlining, automatic bribery. Yeah, he's in a lot of the more heavy hitting categories.
Yeah. Ed Burke has been like the unofficial mayor, unelected mayor of Chicago for a long time. He has had a lot of pull for a lot of time, and he's one of his guys.
Hold on. I was just told that
my face was completely gone.
My bad. Hey, look. Right now.
Hey, I ain't mad at it. All right, so so
okay. In September, he's in an investment club with Ed Burke. He also provided over several high profile cases, including the manslaughter case against former Richard M. Daley's nephew.
He was part of that bullshit.
And if you know how that went, then you know how that went. So all around great guy. Michael P. TOOMIN. Do you have any more evidence? Any more information as to why we should be aware of Mr. TOOMIN?
Nah, you pretty much covered it all. He decided, hey, it's a pandemic. We're gonna keep these kids locked up. Hey, if you're under 13, we don't really give a shit. All bullshit applies to you as well. So I definitely have Michael P. TOOMIN on that no list. So that's good. That's a good call on that one. But fuck that. Let's get to some happier news. Let me get to one of my yeses because we don't want to depress y'all too much. So I got
I'm gonna depress the shit out you.
I'm gonna depress y'all too, but I'm gonna give y'all some yeses. Yes. Judge Crystal Rivers. That is KRISTALRIVERS. Crystal Rivers. She is a domestic violence advocate, which we cool, we good with that. It's a black lady. Yep. She's been a judge since 2014. While I'm rocking with her, she ordered juveniles that are on probation to erase all gang shit off of their social media. A lot of motherfuckers are saying that is overreach, but she does not give a fuck. She said, hey, you are on probation. I'm trying to keep you out these streets. I'm trying to keep you out of trouble. Get rid of that gang shit. You are not allowed to put any of your gang shit on social media. And that is the type of innovative thinking that helps prevent some bullshit. So I salute that. And so that is why I am giving her the cosign, despite the fact that, as you see, she is a former state's attorney. But she didn't let that hinder her from being a good judge and actually trying to take steps to help people.
Hey, it be what it is. You want one of my yeses?
Yeah, let's get one of your yeses because you've been angry as fuck. So you've been dishing out all the bad shit.
Hey, look, it feels that way. It feels that way. Now I'm finna tout the exploits of Robert E. Gordon. Let me find him on here real quick. Robert E. Gordon. Can you see Robert E. Gordon?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see Judge Gordon.
Yeah, Robert E. Gordon. Now let's give you a little bit about his biography. He was appointed to the court in 2006. He is currently the presiding judge of the 4th Division of the 1st District. He's appointed to Cook County Court in 1996. He was first elected judge in 2002. All these dates may sound weird to you all, but these are fluctuations between being appointed and elected. There's a difference in the two.
Mm-hmm.
An appointed judge is a judge that a motherfucker in power would say, you hear. An elected judge is the motherfucker that you said, the people said, you should be judged.
Oh,
So
and we
that's
will get to that. I got something for that distinction later on too.
okay.
I go on Judge Gordon because I ain't even got him on my list. Let me write him down real quick.
All right. I like Judge Gordon because of one particular thing in his history that in 2017 that stood out to me that made me say, "Hey, this judge, I'll rock with him." In 2017, he wrote an opinion granting Sean Tyler an evidentiary hearing on his claims of being coerced into a confession by detectives who had worked under the disgraced former police commander John Burge. And if you don't know who John Burge is the individual that I was referring to in the previous
Crooked Cops.
Yeah, about crooked cops and about all the fucked up shit in Chicago. I was talking about the last judge. John Burge is the reason for a lot of the fucked up shit in Chicago. So any judge that goes against him and that would sit to hear and overturn and throw out a confession under a Burge commissionership, you know what, or commandership or whatever, I'll rock with. I'll rock with. Just based off that. Just based off you acknowledging that Burge was a piece of shit, and we need to look back at all that shit that he did. You get a nod from me, Judge Robert E. Gordon. He's a white guy in case you're keeping score. I don't know.
Yeah. So you talked about the distinction of judges being appointed and judges being elected. All right, so I have right now a list of 3 judges: Tony Kriakopoulos, Kate Moreland, and Judge Carroll.
I'm gonna try to pull them up as you talking about them. Kriakopoulos and Carroll, right?
Yep. Kriakopoulos, Moreland, and Carroll. They should all be right next to each other. Now, what happened was in 2012, there was there's Anthony Tony Kriakopoulos.
I don't even think he's running again though. I thought he was like not running no more.
Nah, he ain't the one that's not running no more.
It's a couple of them not running no more. They like, hey, look, I'm out.
Yeah. All right. So what happened was, he was up for election in, I believe, 2012, 2014 against someone who was underqualified, but the party wanted that person to win. Yeah, Tom Allen. He was underqualified. The party wanted to make sure that that guy Tom Allen won. So Tony Kriakopoulos dropped out of the election to make it a little bit easier for him. Kate Moreland did the exact same thing. Judge Carroll did the exact same thing.
You talking about Tom, right?
Tom.
Yeah.
Did the exact same thing. Dropped out just to make sure that Allen got elected. Now, the thing is, once their guy got elected, he appointed all of those people as judges. So the one motherfucker who wasn't qualified won, and then in turn the Democratic Party for them making sure that he won appointed all 3 of those people judgeships. Cronyism at its goddamn finest, which, I mean, in politics it is what it is, but goddamn it, when it involves the justice system, that can't be what it is. So therefore I got a no vote for all 3 of them.
I'm with it. Next up on that Summer Jam screen, Mr. Kerry M. Kennedy. Let me find him right quick. Where he's at.
Oh, yep, I got Kennedy.
Oh, you got him too?
Oh, yeah, this bitch here.
This nigga. I'm trying to. Where the fuck is this shit? Where the fuck is he at? He ain't got a motherfucking picture. All right. Hey, yo. So Kennedy, he's been a judge since 2002. He was elected to the court in 2002. He currently hears cases in the 5th Municipal District in Bridgeview. If you're not familiar with Bridgeview, that's because you ain't from Chicago.
Right.
You know exactly, yeah. And this is weird. This is the weird part, and this is why we always need to be skeptical of the public defense system or the criminal justice system. Period. He spent his entire 23 career as a Cook County assistant public defender. Think a nigga that's supposed to be on your side, right? Or on the side of the people that you would like liken to more on the side of the people. Wasn't a prosecutor, was a defender.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see my screen, but there's Judge Kerry Kennedy.
Oh, okay. I can't see your screen, but yeah.
All right. Let me just go ahead and close that then.
I can't see it. That don't mean they couldn't see it. I'm on a different screen than you on. You just closed yourself out the whole shit. This motherfucker. Well, while he connects back onto the stream, I'm going to give you all a little information on Mr. Kerry M. Kennedy. Notable information and most reprehensible information is why he should be an automatic no vote. During a 2006 rape trial, Kennedy threatened to jail the alleged victim for contempt of court if she wouldn't watch a video of the sexual assault. The sexual assault was on video.
And this bitch here.
He said, hey, yo, look, I ain't going on a case unless you watch the video. Not, hey, yo, look, I know this may be a traumatic experience for you, so I don't need you to tell me that you were in the video that we watching of you getting raped. But we could all watch the video of you getting raped by this motherfucker that we looking at right here, say that he raped you, and we can get on with the shit that we need to get on with. No, you threaten to hold this woman in contempt of court unless she sits and watches the video, as if that somehow had a bearing on the proceedings of the case or the possible fair and amicable proceedings of the case. And hey, look, I do think that the rape trial should be fair. 100%, wholeheartedly. But to require the rape victim to sit through a video of said rape, in my mind, is batshit crazy. It excludes you from being able to be a member of the judiciary branch of government. Period.
Right. And I just want to state for the record that he did change that ruling the next day. However, it shouldn't take you a fucking day to realize that what, a rape victim probably should not be forced under the threat of jail to re-watch her rape.
I want you to look at you getting raped. That shit sounds wild on its own.
It sounds pretty fucking ridiculous.
Who's supposed to be charged with adjudicating some of the most tenuous points of our society, of our societal structure. Because that's what judges are charged to do.
They are
charged to balance that line that holds our society on balance. That's what they're supposed to do. And the fact that you don't have the wherewithal to be like, no, I'm not gonna watching your rape, fam?
Yeah. Like, if we have to present this evidence to the jury, you don't have to be here for that. Yeah.
Hey, and hey, look, appreciate it, Candace. Sick. Kennedy. How on, I think you meant in, how in the world is he endorsed by Cook County Democratic Party? And this is why, because yes. Hey, look, hold on real quick. I'm going to share the screen so they can see, so the people can see that we're not lying about these things here. But the Chicago Bar Association has deemed this individual qualified. The Chicago Council of Lawyers has deemed this individual as qualified. And the Illinois State Bar Association has just given a yes. And I think that's all they do is yes or no. But yeah. So they've given an affirmative recommendation for this individual who said in court, you should watch yourself getting raped, or else trial's over.
Yeah, or no, not trial's over, but you're going to jail if you don't watch yourself getting raped. Yeah. You're being held in contempt.
Well, hey, look, that part also, because if I put into contempt the individual levying the charges of rape against said assailant, you know what's probably going to happen? The credibility of said assailant is going to go out of the window, and the jury might rule in favor of the defendant in that situation, regardless of the facts as they bore out by the case. But because of the leadership or the stewardship of the judge saying
that the victim is in contempt
because they didn't want to watch. Because they didn't want to watch themselves get raped.
Yeah. So,
notwithstanding that, it'd be difficult for anybody to watch a rape.
Any rape.
Would you want to peruse a rape?
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't even like watching fictional rape. I for one am appreciative when Law and Order SVU just quick cuts from the part where the rape is insinuated to we know the rape happens. Yeah. I don't need to see the actual rape. That's a trigger for me. I have issues with rape. It's an extreme trigger for me. So me seeing it in any capacity is an issue.
Yeah.
So I can only assume, because I've never been raped, but I can only make the assumption that for a person that has gone through that particular traumatic experience, they don't want to have it happen again. They don't want to see it, at least. Let alone talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's your judgment, I'm judging that judgment.
Yeah, and I don't think that you should be a judge.
Exactly. We ain't had the jinx because we grown. You got one more? You got another one queued up, ready to go?
Oh yeah, I have plenty more.
Who you got?
All right. I did have Kennedy on my list. All right, let's go to Judge WADAS. WADAS.
Kenneth J.
Yeah, Ken. Let's talk about Ken here. All right, so Ken is.
Let me find Ken on the page here. There we go.
All right.
Kenneth J. WADAS.
Yeah. Now, if you follow the S.O.S podcast page, you will see he was the first judge that we highlighted on our list of.
You got a picture? I want to leave a picture up.
Yeah. Go to our
it's on our page.
On our page. Yeah. But
you keep talking. Go to the page. You can keep talking.
All right. So Mr. WADAS here, Ken has had his rulings overturned 25 times. That means other judges are saying no to this judge's judging. That's one. Secondly, Ken was the judge in a trial of one Robert Wilson. I believe this was in '97. All right, so Robert Wilson was accused of robbing a woman with a box cutter at a bus stop. Now, the Ken was the judge of that trial. Before Mr. Wilson's trial came about, someone else had been convicted of 5 other robberies with that exact same MO, with the exact same profile, and they were convicted, caught in the act of the last one, and
Man,
they were caught in the act while doing it of the last one, and Ken here decided that that information was not pertinent to the jury and did not allow Mr. Wilson's lawyers to present that evidence to the jury to let them know that while Mr. Wilson is being on trial for this, somebody else has already been convicted of doing this 5 times. And
hey,
in
look,
turn,
hey, look, 5 times in the same manner and area in which these things happen.
mm-hmm. And
Okay.
in the time, the the only other evidence, well, the only witness of the crime was the victim, who identified that she did see Mr. Wilson at a bus stop. However, she did not say that she saw him, that he was the one that committed the crime. She just said she remembers seeing him at a bus stop. And once she found out that there was this other person who was convicted of the other 5 acts and saw the picture of the person, she recanted her testimony and said, "No, Mr. Wilson was not the one that robbed me." In turn, Mr. Wilson spent 10 years in jail for a crime that he did not commit, all because Ken decided that he was not going to allow the evidence in that somebody else had already been convicted of committing a similar act 5 other times in the area around the time that this crime happened.
Yep. 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 I didn't do that shit. Oh, by the way, there's another motherfucker who was pled guilty to doing this shit 5 other times right in the area in which you said I did this shit, which I'm saying I did not do. But yeah, fuck that, because evidence of the contrary is not,
Yeah,
admissible in court.
that ain't got nothing to do with this. That ain't got nothing to do with what we doing right here. Face ass. It's like you can't be a judge and be so and be a fucking chauffeur of injustice.
You can't. Your whole job is to be a herald of justice, a herald of judiciary exemplariness, if that's a word.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean when I say what I say.
Yeah. The act of being exemplary.
Yeah, that one. Right? I got another one.
All right. Who you got?
I got a lot of I don't likes, and hey, I could tell you, I do, and I have it on record as saying it's more important to tout the shit you like as opposed to the shit you don't like. But in regards to these judges, I think the more familiar you get with the motherfuckers that you don't like, hopefully they'll stick out in your mind. Hopefully, this podcast inspires you to do your own due diligence on these judges, research them, look at them, use the tools we provided on our Facebook page. If you want to go to S.O.S Podcast, Treasure Society on Facebook, visit us there. I don't know our URL, but that's because Hey, look, I ain't good with this internet shit. Yeah, SOS podcast on Facebook, and you will see a little bit more of a comprehensive list of judges that we don't like or judges that we do like, and you'll see tools that you could use to discern your own opinion about these judges, because it's not our aim to convince you to think like we think. We want you to think how you think. Whatever the fuck you believe, you believe.
Right.
We just here to give you all of the encompassing facts. So with that being said, I want to talk to you all about the individual by the name of Mary and Margaret. My bad. Margaret.
Brennan?
Yes.
Brennan. Goddamn Judge Brennan.
And why is it not showing that? Oh, I gotta stop it and then restart. I hate like extra shit.
Judge Brennan. Yep, Judge Brennan's on my first page.
If I change the tab that we're looking at, then it should just change, as opposed to me having to go and change it in the thing. But it makes you do that. All right, Margaret Ann Brennan. She's been a judge since 2002. Her current position is law division and supervising judge. She was elected to the judge, and she's before she became a judge, Brennan worked as an attorney for the Exelon Businesses Services. If you're not familiar with Exelon, hey, look, go get familiar with it. And not for the motherfuckers you might think I'm confusing them with.
Yeah, there's an E and an L in there. It's not just Exxon, it's XLR.
Hey, look. I'm not confused. Excellar. Just go look it up. Yeah. Anyway. Before that, she was an assistant corporation counsel for the city of Chicago and associate at a general practice law firm. Notable about Brennan, decisions have been reversed by appeals courts 40 times since 2014. So put this
40 times in 6 years.
40. Put this in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine you have a job that's important. It's easy because the SOS listeners are of the highest caliber of positions in society. And so I assume you have an important position in society. And that position would be put into jeopardy if you had an adjudicating or governing board that said you fucked up 40 times
in 6 years. So basically every other month it's like, hey, you know you fucked up, right?
You know you fucked up,
every other month for 6 years.
Right.
Every other month for 6 years.
Her reversals are significantly higher than people she worked with.
And by top 5, dead or alive.
Hey.
She's got all the reversals, which means that she's obviously not good at her job. And when you're a judge, you can't afford to be fucking up that much.
You can't. Notable shit about her career, we'll just point out. Just last year, she imposed a $1 million plus sanction against a man and his lawyer for filing what she called a frivolous lawsuit against his condominium association. The man claimed that Brennan held unethical conversations with the other party outside the courtroom and that the sanctions were in retaliation for his effort to remove her from the case. In layman's terms, if I go over your head to try to get you fired from your job for trying to overcharge me on cucumbers every time I come through the fucking lane at Walmart. Now you want to act like you not guilty for charging me extra for cucumbers every time I buy cucumbers.
It's a level of petty that judges should not be allowed to display.
Hey, look. If it soothes you at all, she's a Bears fan. If it disturbs you at all, she used her Bears fanship to impose a $4.1 million reversal against the Bears for a tax in 2014. Because she likes the Bears. She likes the Bears so much, she wanted to save them $4.1 million in the city's money.
Yeah. She wanted to save this billion-dollar organization $4.1 million of taxpayer money.
Hey, if you are on the fence about the legality of that said reversal by Miss Brennan, yeah, it got reversed.
They reversed the reversal.
That was one of the 40 times she's been reversed. Because at your job, you can't fuck up 40 times. You can't come in 40 times and say, no, not that, this. Yeah, she fucked up, my bad. Here you go.
Yeah, you can't.
How many meals do you think that waitress at Red Lobster gets comped against her salary for fucking up? Do you think she gets to get before she gets fired? I'm gonna tell you right now, that bitch can't get 40 she can't get 40 crab feasts or shrimp scampi specials off.
Definitely not 40.
Before they fire her for either being in on the scam or you just being bad at your job. Either way, Red Lobster is firing this bitch.
Yeah.
She's currently sitting Illinois State judge.
To
say that to you all.
To quote Robert De Niro in Casino, either you're in on it or you're too stupid to see it coming. But either way, you're out.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't have this cowboy hick on the floor no more. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta get her off the judge floor. All right, but one person who we are keeping on the judge floor, and I'm gonna spell this name for y'all. This is KRISTYNA Ross. Now, before you pull up her picture, let me spell.
Is her picture on here? Let me see.
It is.
No, you keep talking.
Yeah, but before you see her picture, I'm going to spell her name for y'all. Her name is KRISTYNA. KRISTYNA. Judge KRISTYNA Ross. Judge KRISTYNA Ross is a judge on the west side of Chicago and the North Lawndale area.
Hey, real quick.
I am rocking with her.
Hey, real quick. She wasn't on the Cook County Injustice Watch site, was she?
Yeah. She's yeah, she was let's see, she was right under Portman Brown.
Cause I'm looking for her right now. I'm trying to find her on this shit.
Oh no, I'm sorry, KRISTYNA Ryan.
Okay, yeah, you can't be fucking me up.
KRISTYNA
I've been drinking. I gotta be real exact with these names I'm flashing by here that I looked up like a week ago.
Yeah, I got it mixed up because she was right under Dominique Ross, who I don't have a decision on, but KRISTYNA Ryan, I do have a decision on. And yeah, she is a criminal judge on the west side of Chicago. Why am I giving her this? Why am I co-signing her? Because along with Judge Cooper, she also runs a restore. Look at that. That is not the face of the person whose name I spelled. but that is who she is. That is
Hey, look, hey,
Christina
look,
from
hey,
the
look,
West
hey, look.
Side.
That is Christina. And if you've been to college, you've met her before. It was probably freshman year. More than likely, first semester. But you know Christina,
Yeah,
Colleen Ryan. You
yeah.
do. You do. Everybody knows Christina Colleen Ryan. Everybody.
You've definitely met at least two of her in your life.
Hey, look, hey, look, hey, look. I definitely know of one of her I've met.
But
And it was freshman year. And yeah, hey look, hey look, hey look, hey look, hey look. She looked just like Christina. And I'm not proud.
Hey,
But I'm
but
honest because this is the most honest hour and change of your day once a
once
week.
a week.
But
Indeed.
the fact still remains that even though Christina was that in undergrad, today, go ahead.
All right, so she's a judge out west, Maywood, North, and the reason why I'm giving her the cosign is because, along with Judge Cooper, she runs the restorative justice program for residents of North Lawndale. So she's also doing her part to help keep young black people out of jail, nonviolent offenders out of jail, out of the system, without a court record, without a criminal record. She also is a mental health judge, which is what we need more of in our fucking system. She works veteran specialty courts, and she does a lot of decent shit. So since she is, I think she was one of the first. She ran the first uh restorative justice program out west. So, and it's
I believe she did, and I think it says it. Actually, it doesn't say it in here. I don't know if it says it in a thing, but yeah, you're right.
um yeah, she's doing her part to help keep
Oh yeah.
us out the
Actually,
system.
I'm highlighting it now that you was talking about the restorative justice
Yeah,
part.
yeah, she runs the restorative justice program, and anybody who takes their time to work in that, especially like, I mean, this is Christina. She don't have to be out west trying to keep people out of jail. She's doing that. She's putting forth the extra effort. Look at that smile.
If you're
She
looking at Christina, just off merit alone, she's that girl at your school, if you went to college, that for some reason or another wanted to get her hair curled. And hey yo, look. She sticks to that to this day. It is what it is. It is what it is.
She
I think
liked it.
she probably also tried to play as Delta.
That didn't quite work out for her,
Or
but she
SG Row. I don't know. But she was trying to be a Delta or SG Row on the affirmative action side. I don't know if she got into it or not, but if I were to go to her website and read her biography, her real biography, and it said that she crossed over in the burning sands of Sigma Row in 1987. I would not be surprised because
yeah,
she looks as though the type that would be down
yeah,
for the cause. And you know what? Hey, look, we are not in a position where we can afford to just be throwing motherfuckers away who was down.
yeah. Especially
And
not those who have a seat of power and
hey,
are
look,
genuinely into the cause.
I'm gonna give him one. I'm gonna give him one more. I'm gonna give him one more, and this is one who has had a controversy, but I'm willing to advocate on behalf or behest of her particular controversy.
All right. You got to break this down because I had her as a no decision.
Hey yo, look. Do that as you may. But let me see if I can sway you a little bit.
Yeah, let me hear your reason.
All right. She's been judged since 2008. In her position, she does domestic relations. She's in that realm. She was an attorney. She was an attorney in private practice for about 13 years or so. She did her notable flag is that she was sued in 2009 by an election attorney for failing to pay him. Hey. Hey.
If that, I don't know if that counts as controversy to me. So.
Hey, look. If you all aren't watching this, we got a picture for. Hey, look, we just said Ross, Dominique C. Ross. If that ain't tip the hat to who this is, Dominique is a woman that shares the complexion of my mama.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my mama. And while I don't hold my mom in the esteem of she can do no wrong, I hold my mama in the esteem of you better keep your mouth shut, nigga. I don't give a fuck what she did. And hey, look, if it makes me biased, it makes me biased. But I don't give a fuck that an election attorney that she hired fired her or suing her for firing him and failing to pay him $60,000 worth of election fees. Hey, yo, look, I too have been presented with a bill that I did not deem appropriate. Yeah. So, hey, yo, look, fuck you and this bill that you sending me, nigga.
Oh no. Shit! So that was her controversy,
and that's what Mama Dominique said. That's what the fuck it was. She settled that shit. She settled that shit 6 months later, and she had that, and she has one more controversy on her record that I would like to clear right now.
Hold on. Before you get to that one, I'm mad that she settled that shit. She went full, you know what? You just gonna have to put that on my credit.
Hey, yo, look.
And I ain't even mad at that.
Hey, yo, look. You know how settlements work, right?
Mm-hmm. Pennies on the dollar.
Hey, yo, look. If you willing to admit you ain't do shit and you just go get your deposit and you willing to drop the rest of this shit, we can settle for perceived losses and call it a day. Settlements don't mean shit for the purposes of this argument, because in the future I might say it meant all of the kid and caboodle.
Settlements mean that she paid him, and you know what? If she just said,
no, settlement don't necessarily mean that you paid the motherfucker. Settlement mean that you came to an understanding.
So she might have had some conversations with this motherfucker. I'm with that.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. If you think that you entitled to $60,000 for your work, and I say fuck no, and we settle for $4,000, you know what? All that lets me know is that Dominique is a shrewd businesswoman and she is smart. I'm not going to spend $60,000 in attorney fees.
We need to work out a better number. But
for the satisfaction of telling you couldn't get these $4,000 and whatever fees that you felt you wanted. because I gotta pay the lawyer that shit. So all it lets me know is that Dominique is smart. And the only other little
Yeah, because there's apparently more controversy.
there's
What is
more
this other
controversy.
controversy?
There's more controversy. So Ross is served on the board of display on the displaying based charter school network that was investigated. You know, because black people live everywhere, and she could have been out in Des Plaines, even though I don't recommend black people live in Des Plaines, Palatine, or any of them. Hey, look, don't go out there. It's a lot of area to get lost in, if you catch my drift. Anyway, she settled the case in 2004. Well, actually, the case in 2014 in which she was implicated in a situation in which a school board was accused of defrauding a federal grant program. She had shit to do with that. She got nothing to do with it.
That was a school problem. She just on the board.
Don't be sitting here trying to hold black, well-to-do black people accountable for the misdealings of white people. I guarantee you right now, it wasn't about 7 black kids at that school.
Mm-hmm. And maybe her son was one of them. And just because she on the board,
maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, Dominique ain't finna be the fall guy for this shit.
Right. Why her name gotta be in this shit?
No, Dominique. Say that shit to Elise. But yeah, nah, I fuck with her. I fuck with her on the grounds that she's black and she's from the set. And the bullshit that y'all saying against her ain't shit. So we keeping her.
I am writing Dominique Ross down now.
Write Dominique Ross down. Go ahead and pencil her in. If the best shit they got against you is some school board shit in which they didn't like the shit that you said on the school board shit, look, as a black person, if she was white, I might be questionative. And I made that up because it felt right. But if she was white, I would be questionative. And I know you might want me to say inquisitory or inquisitive, but no. I said what I said. Questionatory or questionative. Right. I'm questionative.
Right.
And I'm not questionative with Dominique because I question the shit Dominique was questioning also.
Mm-hmm. And she said, even in her statement, she said, "Hey, that grant shit was not presented to the board while I was a member. Why you asking me about what they doing?
I ain't on that shit. I ain't there.
Right. That's them. You need to talk to them.
That part.
So, you know what? I'm convinced. I'm rocking with Judge Ross. I am going to give her the cosign. All right. So I got a lot more, but let's just get one more bad one. Let's see. Let me get a good one. All right, we talked. Oh, I got one. I just want to throw out Judge John Kerry. I just said no to him because he is a conservative. He's a federalist, and he worked under Reagan. So I got a no for him. But look, my last one.
He's involved with a lot of motherfuckers who I don't fuck with. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. So my last one I got. Where did she go? I got Judge Brosnahan. Brosnahan. Her. All right. So I have a very simple reason why I'm voting no for her. Currently, her husband is under investigation because her husband is a lobbyist, and you know they're investigating him. And so while her husband is under investigation, they posed a very legitimate question to her. Like, hey, your husband being under investigation, would that be a hindrance to you doing your job? And her response, that's a legit question, right? I would think so. Instead of saying, no.
Very much so. Very much so.
Instead of her saying, no, that's not going to be a hindrance, she said no. And she thought the fact that her being questioning if her husband's investigation as a lobbyist would affect her job is sexist. Sexist, my nigga? You think that because your spouse is being investigated because some improprieties that he's done as a lobbyist, and motherfuckers wondering if that's going to affect your job is sexist? No.
Sexist.
That's what you're reaching for. Like, no.
That's that bullshit ass card you tried to pull.
Right. She was looking for a card to pull, and the only one that she could think of was sexist. So I can't vote for her just on the strength of that, because that was what she come a gun in your face and that's all you can come up with. Like, no. So she has a very confused idea of what sexism is, and I just don't appreciate that shit. So I'm giving her ass a solid no.
That part is not sexist.
No.
And had you claimed disavowalment or any other claimant to say that, hey, look, my husband's profession shouldn't hold any bearing on me, you should also be able to point to, besides, my husband's bearings are also in moral agreement with everything that I do on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Not just, hey, yo, look, it shouldn't matter who he is or what he does. I'm me. I'm different. If your husband operates with moral impunity, why would we not assume
it's not that far to, right? It's not beyond. It's not far off to just question whether or not you on that same bullshit, and it's not sexist to question whether or not you on that bullshit.
Y'all are married, fam. It's what you said you are.
Right.
That's all. Like, what you want me to do? I'm going to say, hey, yo, look, shit looks like some bullshit to me. Smells fucked up. I'm gonna call it fucked up.
Right. Can you let us know? Hey, you don't think this is fucked up? You could just say, hey, nah, we good. I ain't on that bullshit. But nah, it's like you went too far defensive. Not only do I question your ability to know what sexist is, I also think you're on that bullshit now.
Mm-hmm. So it's a no for you.
Yeah, she definitely gets a no.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I got a few more judges, but I think we can put them out on our page.
Coming from the concrete, juggle of the wood. Smell the flowers in the air, burning from the woods. Yeah, the hood patrollers, watching the paper soldiers, gun smoke floating through the air like vultures, but we got culture. Be aware of the leaves and the snakes in the garden, they all vultures, but I'ma fly higher, can't get close, cause sun coming with the fire, I need no ghost to float.